I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man, about how my spiritual journey started. My spiritual journey started in 2015 when after I graduated high school because my father suggested I started reading the Bible because I was out of high school. I was bored, so he gave me two assignments. He told me he would write sentences for me every day, and then he wanted me to copy them. Then we got to talk about religion in the Bible, and I was always religious, but I was never really into it. Then he suggests reading the Bible, so I started with the hard book version, but I couldn't understand what all the words mean. So I went on the internet. Went on my phone, and I went to download the King James version of the Bible, and from there my spiritual journey started, and I've been on it ever since, and it's led me to so many different things. It's led me to being spiritually curious. It led me to watching Morgan Freeman Story of God, I think it's called. And from there, I just got more and more curious. Then 2020 happened, the pandemic happened, everything got shut down. Got bored, found out what TikTok was, downloaded that just for laughs, started posting my motivational videos on there, like just like I did on all my other apps. And then I happened to run into Miss Empath Divine Jones, and it started with tarot. She was like, "You gonna get into an argument with my current partner back then?" And I was like, "Yeah, right. I ain't finna get. I don't really. Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." But then we did end up getting into that argument, and from then on, I've been hooked in spirituality because I would always be born with these feelings and these emotions that I would have, but I couldn't really share them with nobody because I didn't feel like nobody would understand me or understand the journey that understand what I was going through. So I was afraid to share it with people because see, growing up, my a pastor of mine would always told my mom and them I was born different because to make a long story short, I was laying with my mom one day, and I was about, I'd say, maybe four, maybe like 5 or 7, something like somewhere between them. I'm not really sure. And I had this vision pop up. I was laying on this couch, and I had this vision pop up of this white guy. He popped between my parents' door. He was wearing a purple shirt, black belt, pur- purple shirt with a black tie, black belt, brown shoes. He looked like an office worker. And I told my mom, "Look, you see that guy right over? You see that guy standing over us? Cause I had a fever back then. I get it. It scared her, cause she thought I was hallucinating. Then they took me to church the next day, and the pastor told her I was gonna be special. I was gonna be able to see things and feel things that the normal person couldn't see or feel. And I've been that way my whole life, but nobody ever explained it to me. Then in 2021, after I got on my spiritual journey, I was able to download TikTok, and I was able to scroll up on tarot readings, and I was just like the rest of y'all lives out there. I was like, man, this spiritual stuff, this tarot stuff ain't real. But then as I scrolled through more of it and started looking at it, more of the things that the lady that I first started tarot with would say what happened in my life. And from then on, I've been hooked on it. She knew things about me and things about my life that I never told anybody, that I went through from a kid all the way to a grown man. And I was like, this is what I've been going through. This is what it's called. Now I finally got a name for it. So I always say I was a born spiritualist. I just never knew it. And that's the way I carry myself. And ever since then, it's been on. And I ain't never looked back. I've gotten stronger in my gift. I've gotten stronger with it. I've gotten stronger with my abilities because of the spiritual process, because of the fact that I'm a spiritualist. And I just thank God for giving me the opportunity. And I just took it and ran with it. You just let that be a lesson to anybody. You just never know what God will put in your life to send you a certain sign, to put you a certain way. And I just been enjoying the process because it helped me understand my whole life about where I come from, why I am who I am, why I move the way I move. And it's made me take ownership. It's made me grow up. It's just been a long process because I used to be kiddie, immature, and not able to admit when I didn't do something right, or not able to admit when I called something or not. Spirituality helped me man up and get through all that. And it's just been an amazing process getting to know myself. And now I feel stronger and better than ever. I feel like I'm able to go through anything, and I'm able to defend anything, and I'm able to do anything. But it's all because I was brave enough to answer the spiritual call when God called my name. And I'm going to continue on this process because I'm more excited for life now, and I'm more awake for life now than I was in my previous life without spirituality, because my life felt empty without it. Now I feel more alive than ever. I feel like it woke this beast up in me. It's woke this motivation up in me. It woke something up in me that always needed to be woken up. I call it that spiritual hunger. I feel a spiritual version of my body. There's my physical body, then there's my spiritual body that connects with inside my physical body. And you have to take care of your spiritual body by meditating, feeding it, and listening to your spiritual videos at night. Like that feeds your spiritual gift, and it feeds that spiritual hunger within you. And that's what this is about for me. I'm just catching up on my spiritual hunger, feeding my spiritual soul, catching up on that spiritual journey that I was being supposed to start it since I was 7, but I left and got caught up in the world for a little while. And God used the pandemic to bring me back and get me back close to Him again. And now that I'm where I'm supposed to be, I'm going to just continue to grow on that spiritual journey. I'm hoping to somehow keep growing my spiritual platform and keep building up spiritually. And I'm hoping to somehow work with Disney or somebody, because I love Disney parks and I love the Disney platform and I love WWE. And I will hope to work with Disney in some capacity, or work with TikTok on something in some capacity. But I love my spiritual journey because I'm spiritually stronger than I ever have been. I feel like I'm home. I feel like I'm serving my purpose. I feel like I've been a hard-headed kid that I always rebelled and I always went against where he was supposed to go to. But I feel like with spirituality, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. It's been an amazing process, but I'm looking forward to continue to get stronger in my spiritual process, continuing to lock in, continuing to stay focused, and continuing to do the right thing. I feel like ain't nothing I can't do without spirituality. I feel like I answered the call that it's been on my life forever. And I just want to continue to answer that call and continue to show the world that spirituality can change the world. You just have to be brave enough to answer the call and stand up and do what you have to do when your name is called. And don't let nothing stop you. You can do anything through spirit. And that's what I'm going to be living proof of, in my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion, though, and just me explaining my spiritual process of what got me started on this spiritual wave and got me feeling like I'm home now, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, though.